Mayi sarvani karmani I have not forgotten. Let me hear Edyata Jarati Shreshtaha. So tomorrow all of your mouths must move. Now it's only the 3 rows only was moving. Everybody, the stanza, tomorrow morning. Similarly is the verse that is now coming, the 30th verse. This is the backbone of the art of action or work, which is the theme of the 3rd chapter. Arjuna is a man of action, highly ambitious, as any one of us is. So Krishna feels that this is the time that I must instruct him the secret of great achievements. In the world outside, all living beings function. Every human being is constantly working. Everybody's ambition is to excel. But in spite of your efforts, honest efforts, some achieve, many never achieve. The temptation of an average individual is to condemn God. He is very partial. He gives his blessings only to some people, lucky fellows, while I am belonging to the unlucky type. They don't know. Who cares for me? I am working so hard, Swamiji, but those people who are not doing anything, they are getting all the successes, while I, in spite of him. There is an art, a secret of achievement. Arjuna being the leader of mankind, a Kshatriya, Krishna feels that this is the most appropriate time when he must be initiated into the secret of great achievements, and he tries to give it up. Even a modern psychological textbook of chapters cannot express so beautifully this entire art of achievement as this one single simple stanza. Yet, my sarvani karmani sanyasya, renouncing all your activities at my altar, my in me, sanyasya renounced, sarva karmani, all your actions, all your physical, mental and intellectual activities, surrendering all to at my altar. How can I do that? Surrendering is only sannyas adhyatma chetasa. No difficulty at all. It is not a ritual. By mere thinking. Swamiji, it is not possible. Every one of you is doing it. Or else you will not consistently work. In order to consistently work with dynamism, every one of you need an altar. That need not be necessarily God. It can be your ambition, your ideology, political or social, or your attachment and love for your wife and children. Every one of you is consistently working and saving and earning and saving for the sake of someone whom you love. Is it not? That is the reason why youngsters, unmarried youngsters, are never steady. In big firms, when you are applying for a job, and if you have not mentioned it, they will ask you in the interview, are you married? No, sir. How old are you? 28. You never married before? Never, sir. You may not get the job. Why? So long as you are not married and you have no family, you can never be steady. So you look up his career and you find right enough. You have never worked anywhere more than 2 years. Worked there 1 year, worked there 6 months, worked there. You have got beautiful certificates from all of them. And you are really good stuff. But you cannot be steady and consistent. Why? Because there is nobody. What does it matter? One solitary individual. Think. Such an individual, let him get married. Encourage him to produce 1 or 2. There afterwards, kick him left and right. He will not leave the company. Why? It is an unseen rope by which you tie him down. Because he is working now not for himself, but also my wife, my children. Oh, they will be in trouble. Therefore you work harder and harder. Not only to earn more, but to be steady where you are. If you threaten such an individual, I think, my John, we may fire you. It is time that you will not pick up. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Why? 10 years ago, before his marriage, you need not fire me, I am going to fire you. Here is my letter of resignation. You throw it away and go. Why? There is nobody hanging on you. Whenever you have got a goal, you become automatically disciplined. Renouncing all your work or functioning at my altar. And the higher the altar, greater the inspiration that you draw from your surrender. That's every one of you. Almost every month, get inspired by an idea, a project, a scheme. But you cannot consistently do it. You drop it. There are some people who are professional schemers. Every time you meet him, he has got a new scheme. Tom, what happened to the last year's scheme? Swamiji, I dropped it. And this year, but I have got now a better scheme. And he has thought over it, collected data, made a beautiful and perfect scheme, and he shows you that scheme. Intelligent people, having seen the scheme, they go out and start working that scheme. This fellow is only making schemes. After 2 months, he drops that scheme. Such an individual, even when he is 45 or 50, he is still in the streets. And yet, he points out, do you know, Swamiji, that factory? Do you know this man? These are all I made them. It is my scheme. They worked it out. My dear man, if they are all become multi-millionaires because of your scheme, why didn't you do it? I dropped it. Why? That consistency of self-application is not there. So having surrendered to a higher ideal, you draw an enormous column of enthusiastic inspiration in yourself. We all do it, but that inspiration in us gets somehow or other dissipated and leaked out of us, that we become again empty. Think. Nearer the exam, every student wants to get first class. Very much inspired. But that inspiration all goes away. He may read 2 or 3 days regularly in the night. Afterwards he drops it. Hey, what happened? No, I can't get first class. Impossible. That self-confidence gone, that enthusiasm gone. Why? It gets dissipated. Where does the enthusiasm get dissipated? Krishna points out here only 3 channels. All your inspiration generally get dissipated. Nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigada jvara. The second line. Asha, expectations. That is one of the channels through which you get dissipated. Expectation is always of the future. I expect such a thing to happen. Dissipation comes in the field of the future. The idea of I, the ego, represents the field of the past. Memories of the past. Comes into your mind and you get your enthusiasm get dissipated. Why don't you do that business? So and so is offering you the capital. Why don't you do it? No, Swamiji. He is a great friend of mine and I don't want to put him in trouble. But why don't you start? He is giving you the money. Swamiji, you don't know. In 1970 I started a business. In 73 I had to close it. Then again I started another business in 79. In 84 I had to close it. I failed in the business. In 89 again, my father-in-law or my brother joined me and we started it. 90 December, we had to close it. 3-4 times, Swamiji, I have failed in business. I am not meant for business. I cannot. Now the friend who is offering him money, I go to him and say, what an honest friend you have got. He says that no, he is not fit for business. And Swamiji, you don't understand. I am giving my money to him to work it only because he is the only man in the whole society, community of ours, who has got this much of experience of failure. That he will no more fail because he has already known all the methods of failing. If a new man comes, he may again get failed. But this man cannot fail. Meaning, the past can be used positively. But ordinarily we all get frightened and our self-confidence goes away when we remember the past. Start your spiritual life, and I say, you say, okay, Swamiji, but in 2 days' time you stop it. Why? How can I be ever spiritualized? Do you know what all things I have done in the past? The poor Swami doesn't know. Because I went there for the for the camp, he thought that I am a very chaste, beautiful one. I am the greatest rascal available in the world. Each individual remembers all the past and says that in the past I was bad, therefore I can never be good. If the bad cannot become good, what is the meaning of good becoming good? To become good is the privilege of those who are bad, isn't it? You don't understand. Swamiji, religion, the rascals are all in religion. Only rascals need a religion. Good people don't need a religion. Swamiji, how is it that all people who are near you are all wicked, vicious people? Why, Swamiji? I says, congratulate me, my dear man. Around a famous doctor, who will be there at all times? The sick. Really? Is there a doctor who complains that I am tired of this profession, I am going to resign this profession? Why? No healthy man ever comes to me. Why should a healthy man go to a doctor? Similarly, only wicked people will be around any worthy Swami. Because they have to be improved. Similarly, Swamiji, you don't know the type of people that go to the church and the mosque and the temple. They are dangerous people. It is meant for dangerous people. So that you and I, hereafter, when you remember, in the past I have failed many times, how can I win? Winning is meant for those who have failed, not those who are winning. Those who are winning, how can they win again? They are winning already. No, it is a point of view is wrong. But this is how everyone, they remember the past and dissipate the present. Or some of you don't remember the past sins that you have done because your memory is very poor. You do one mistake and then bump into the second mistake. And you have forgotten the first mistake. Some people have not the memory. But you have got the imagination and fancy that you are very sure that the future is going to be completely helpless, hopeless. You are afraid of the future. Anxieties for the future. Why did you start some business? Swamiji, this is not the right time to start business. Why? There is a nuclear threat in the world. So what? Swamiji, the nuclear, you don't understand. When the nuclear threat comes, everything is going to be blasted into mere ashes. So, therefore I don't want to invest at this moment. See how illogical? When everything goes into ashes, your capital also gone, never mind. You are also not going to survive. Even if you survive, and all others have died in a nuclear war, why do you want money? What business are you going to do? There is no purchaser. What business is it? You are the only one. Hare Rama, whenever you hear that the atom bomb is coming, immediately inquire which is the direction it is coming. It is coming from southeast. Run towards it. Or else the greatest tragedy is that you survive. After the atomic destruction, if you survive, no restaurant, no hospital, no doctor, no family people, alone you are. Think, you have to start agriculture. Never survive, die. But Swamiji, everybody will die. How nice. You want to die one by one? If you die one by one, alone you have to go to that unknown world, isn't it? You will not know where to go, right or left. Atom is the best method. One moment, black, gone. And you open your eyes. And you, what do you see? All the people who are known to you are already there. Isn't it? All that you do. You need not ask anybody where to go. You just look. People are already lined up and going. You follow them. While you are following, be very intelligent, please. That area where large number is going, avoid it. Go where the small number of people going. Because very few go to heaven, the rest will go to hell. So if anybody at that time, your friends, relations, hey, where are you going? Come here. You say, go to hell. So there is nothing to any intelligent man. Everything that is happening in the world, there is no devastation or tragedy. It is all comedy. Life is a tragedy to those who feel. Life is a comedy to those who think. No calamity. So then some people are thus over anxious unnecessarily. Imagine terrible situations that are yet to come in the future. And the future you have no data at all. You are only imagining. And the imagined picture is so horrible that you get frightened by the picture that you yourself imagine. This is another method of dissipation. Some people's enthusiasm to work in the world outside get dissipated because of the memories of the past or by the anxieties for the future. Swamiji, no. In my case, I have neither of them because I have no memory of the past. My memory is rather poor. I have not got that much of imagination to imagine the future. I am not worried at all. And yet I am not succeeding. That is because the third field of dissipation is the present. Excitement in the present. Swamiji, 1,000 things I have to do today, and I don't know how I will do it. Every work is put on me only, and I have to do it. Thus, up to lunchtime you complain. After lunchtime there is no time to work, and therefore you postpone it. Excitement in the present. If these three are conquered, don't allow your enthusiasm to be dissipated either with the past or the future or with the present. The entire inspiration, you shaft them, focus them to the job in hand. The work turned out cannot but be extremely excellent. And excellent work must yield maximum profit and glory. You fail in life because of yourself. You are not born in the world to fail. Success is your birthright, but you don't know how to tune up your instrument. Your instrument is all shattered out. Either you dissipate in the past or in the future or in the present. And some of you dissipate in all the three. So then whatever inspired ideas come to you, that inspiration goes. And when you work in the world outside without inspiration, it becomes monotonous routine work. Monotonous routine work cannot produce any great results. Feel inspired. Have a goal in front of you. And then you act on. You have no time to think of the past or the future. And you forget or overlook to become anxious of the present. Your eyes are on your goal and you are making a beeline towards him. This is the secret of great achievements. This is most appropriate that Krishna should initiate Arjuna, his disciple, into this secret or secret of achievement. Continue.